Okay, hello everybody. Here we go, mother sauce number 3. This is called Bechamel. Now, I know there are some chefs that will put in onion, bay leaf, and clove. But since I'm going to make some macaroni and cheese out of this, I'm not going to put in the cloves. But there was 2 chunks of onion, and here comes 1 good-sized bay leaf and the milk. Alright, now I'm also going to put in some salt and pepper. And then later on I'm going to add some chicken base to the macaroni and cheese, and I'm going to add some beef base to the SOS. Now anybody who has been in the Army knows what SOS is. It's same old, wait a minute, no, it's same old stuff, but it's not stuff. They call it something else. Same old, SOS. It's also called, wait a minute, I can't say that word. It's also called stuff on a shingle. Anyway, this stuff is good. I like it. It's good with eggs in the morning. Anyway, when we get there, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's the onion and the bay leaf and the salt and pepper. Now, don't put too much salt to begin with because of the chicken and beef base. We're going to add those later. Woo. So basically what we want this to do is boil, and then we're going to add some roux to it, and we're going to thicken it. And basically that's it. That's bechamel. Sauce bechamel. Okay, it's a white sauce. That's all it is. There. Now, the sauce now is completed. You have to let it boil, but I mean, that's it. That's bechamel right there. But like I said, I'm not only going to show you the mother sauces, but I'm going to make stuff with the mother sauces. So this one here has a lot of applications. You could do a lot of things with bechamel. Anything that's in a white sauce comes off of this. So in other words, oh man, I mean, this is just endless what you can do here. It really is. Chicken, pork, beef, shrimp, lobster, veal, you name it. Bechamel goes with everything. Alright, let me see. I'm waiting for it to boil here so we can get a little thickness going on. Okay, there's about an 8 ounces of hamburger that I browned. Okay, and I poured the grease off. Now, some guys will argue that you leave the grease and make the roux right in the ground beef with the with the beef grease. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of beef base to that ground beef, and then I'm going to add some bechamel to it. And they serve that over toast in the service. And it's breakfast. And like I say, you put a couple poached eggs in there and drown the whole thing. Oh man, that's really good. I mean, I know I loved it, and I'm sure a lot of other guys did too. Even though they call it SOS, something on a shingle, you know what I mean? Or same old, wait, I can't say that. Same old stuff. Okay, so there we go. Now it's thickening. Now, actually, the mother sauce is done. That's it. You take it off, and that's it. You've got it. Now you can do, like I said, a million things with it now, once you have the white sauce. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the SOS, and then I'm going to make macaroni and cheese. But I'm not going to do the elbow macaroni. I'm going to do, there you go, wait, there's the ground beef. Alright, now I'm going to add some beef base to that and let it cook. Now listen, I'm the guy that said the paste beef base is the best. I know, but I went to the store, they didn't have it, and I didn't feel like driving all the way over to the restaurant supply place that does have it, so I just bought a thing of powdered beef base. I'm sure I'll use it up pretty soon, real quick. All right, here goes. 2 slices of provolone, so you have a little bit of a bite in the macaroni and cheese, and then 2 pieces of whatever this is. I don't even think this stuff's real cheese. I don't know what it is. But for now, we're going to call it macaroni and cheese, not macaroni and cheese food or whatever, whatever that stuff is. I don't know. Okay, now we're just going to let that melt. And I'm going to add a little bit of chicken base to it. Not a lot, just a little bit. Maybe half a teaspoon. Okay, but now if you notice, it's a little bit light. You know, so if you're making this for the kids are going to say, here, look, this is how much chicken base. What is that? Might be 1 teaspoon. Well, it's somewhere in there. Anyway, make it to taste, you know. Taste the bechamel and see what it needs. And then you add accordingly. You know, that's the whole thing about being a chef, is adjusting everything so that it tastes good. And if you like to eat food, well, then you sure know what tastes good, and that's all you have to do. Like I said, taste the bechamel, and you can tell if it needs a little more salt or a little pepper or a little garlic or, you know, whatever. Okay, but now, like I said, if you're making macaroni and cheese for the kids, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, oh, man, this is the wrong color. You know, that's not right. Oh, really? Okay, there. I'm going to give it a taste. Hold on. There you go. Tastes pretty good to me. Okay, so it's not the right color, so what do? Well, everybody's got a little package of food coloring. You know, food coloring isn't just for Easter eggs, you know. You can, here, watch. I'm going to add 1 drop of yellow, just 1 drop, and then I'm going to add 1 drop of red. Now look, don't think I have the shakes. The only reason what I'm doing is I'm trying to shake out just 1 drop. You know, if you add too much, well, then you messed up. So here, I'm just trying to shake 1 drop out of there without adding too much. There it is. Okay, 1 drop. All right, good enough. Now I added 1 drop of yellow, 1 drop of red. Now watch what happens. It looks exactly like macaroni and cheese. Okay, I didn't have any elbow noodles. So what I'm using is bow ties. You know, I mean, it's exactly the same, except it's just a different shaped noodle. But there you go. Now you have the color of macaroni and cheese. All right, there's the elbow noodles. I'm sorry, the bow tie noodles. As soon as they are done, I will drain them. And then I'm going to pour the cheese sauce through a strainer to get the bay leaf and the onions out. And then add them to the noodles, and look out. You're good to go. These noodles take a little longer than elbow noodles for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, the SOS is getting thicker as we speak. That's what happens with the sauce with roux. It'll get thicker as it cools. So they're not on the stove anymore, and that's what they're doing. They're getting thicker. I'm going to have to add a little bit more milk to them, which is no big deal, you know. Just make an adjustment. That's what the whole thing is, adjustments. You know, that's funny because I had a dream last night that I was catering a party. There was actually 2 parties, and they both had wedding cakes. And the one party that I didn't have much to do with, I didn't make their cake. It started falling apart. So I was finishing up the cake for my party, and then their cake started, you know, all the decorations started falling off of it. So I had to do some adjustment. I had to redecorate their cake, and then I had to finish up my cake, and man, that was a hard night of work. I'll tell you what. I worked really hard last night in my sleep. Man. You know, I work almost every night in the kitchen in my sleep. You know, I mean, I cooked for 47 years. So you know, I'm retired now, but you know what I mean. It's every night, man. But last night was real tough. The whole place was falling apart, and the caterer that I was working for, this guy was half drunk. He didn't know what was going on at the party. You know, he was just sitting at the bar, just partying like crazy with some other people. Man, this guy didn't have a clue. Oh boy, that was a funny dream. I'm glad it was just a dream too. Okay, there's the SOS. SOS is good. You should try it. It's you know what? It's very similar to sausage gravy, except it's ground beef. That's all. But it's exactly the same thing. You know, it's probably better for you because sausage. Hey, what the heck's going on outside? I don't know. But sausage, you know, has a lot more fat than ground beef does. So the ground beef is probably a little better for you than the sausage. Anyway, that's about ready to go. All right. And I kind of goofed and I cut out the dishing up of the macaroni and cheese. I don't know where it went. Anyway, that's ready. All right. So let me see what we have here. Whoa. What the heck is going on? Whoa, man, I got dizzy. Okay, so there's the macaroni and cheese in that little bowl. And here comes the SOS. Like I said, you know, you put a poached egg on there. A couple poached eggs or some bacon or, you know, whatever. Man, that's really a good breakfast. It really is. All right, so there you go. That's bechamel. We made macaroni and cheese and SOS. Same old stuff. Or stuff on a shingle. That's what they call it in the Army. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go. I gotta eat.